It's day 4 of 5 of a week without petrol. And I must say, driving the BMW i3 is just like driving a normal car. You just don't have to put fuel in it. It's more like a cell phone than anything else, really. Like I had to charge it last night from 15%. Overnight I slept and I was plugged in and it went fine. Woke up this morning, I was 100% ready to go. Dropped my daughter off at school. Now on my way to work, stuck in thick traffic. And it's awesome. The only problem for me with the BMW i3 isn't the fact that I have a 60, 70 kilometer round trip from door to door to the office, and the range only gets you about 120 k's from a full charge. So I can't even do 2 trips to the office and back home on one charge. It's actually the price tag. Because at 700,000 Rand, that's steep. It's steep enough to be your only car. Like if you are spending R1 million, you have R1 million and you want to spend it on a vehicle, you buy this, and what you're going to get with the change? Nothing. Like you could either buy 2 fancy petrol cars, like you can actually buy 2 Honda Civics, which is a really, really, really great car, for the same price as one of these i3s. And then you can do things like go to Bredasdorp. I decided to only take a work week and not a full calendar week, simply because of that. Like, we live out in the Winelands, so my family and I, we cover easily 200 kilometers in a Saturday afternoon, just because we like going to a nice place at least once a weekend. And at 120 kilometers from a charge, that's not good enough. Not in today's world. Not enough for me, not enough for my family. So this would then have to be my second car. And to be completely honest, if you're spending 700,000 Rand and it's not even your primary vehicle, you have issues, man. I don't care how much money you have issues. So how would this make sense to me? If I could rent it just for a work week, that works pretty sweet for me. I mean, I charged it at least once or twice at the office. As long as you remain vigilant and you kind of just stay within a 50 kilometer radius of the office, like, you can get by. You really can get by. It hates driving on highways. It hates keeping highway speeds, but I mean, that's just toasting the batteries all the time. It loves sitting in traffic, because on every deceleration you're giving a bit of charge back into the battery. There's 3 settings. There's comfort, which is pretty much drive like a normal car, and Eco Pro, which is drive like a normal car, but you can decide whether you want to obey the arbitrary speed limit of 130 km per hour. And then there's Eco Pro Plus, which further neuters you to like 90 km per hour and shuts off the air conditioner. So between those, you get about 10 kilometers extra per charge, like as you swap through the different modes, which is interesting, but it still doesn't like fundamentally change the way the car responds. Like it isn't like an eco mode on maybe the Mahindra or the Renault where you actually neutering the power or shutting off a cylinder or something. It's just kind of managing things more efficiently, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Luckily for me, who travels on the N2 every day, where people actually get murdered if you get stuck on the side of the road, this particular i3 has the range extender engine, which is like a 650cc, essentially a motorcycle engine, which gets you about 100 kilometers. So it's about like 9 or 10 liters of fuel, and you can get about 100 kilometers. I've never used that. That wasn't part of like the deal. The deal was to stay within electric mode for the duration of the week, and it's been fine. Like, it's quiet, it's comfortable, because 100% of the torque is available from when you put your foot down. Like, that's been quite fun. My daughter enjoyed that quite a bit. She likes the idea of just pulling away. The constant acceleration has been awesome for her. yeah, outside of that, it's just been a regular trip into work every day. And yeah, if that's where we are in 2016, like by 2020, I imagine at least my wishes will be fulfilled. So we'll have cars with 300 Ks on the range maybe, which then opens up like a whole new avenue of like outside of the city exploration. So you can get to Langebaan and back. You can spend the night in Langebaan, charge overnight, and get all the way back to Cape Town with an electric vehicle. And that's amazing. Like, that is the future. I like the idea of getting to work without any carbon emissions. Maybe a little bit from Eskom. I like not having to fill up. I like having the flexibility of recharging the vehicle at home.